Dave Palumbo with another RX Muscle Rant, brought to you by Redcon One. Visit redcon1.com. Today's topic, Dennis Wolf. We're days away, maybe even hours away from the Arnold Classic kicking off in Columbus, Ohio, where Dennis Wolf will be making his comeback. He won this show in 2014, narrowly edging out Shawn Rhoden. People thought Wolf was on top of the world. Little did we know that Dennis was fighting and battling with some nerve issues coming from a neck injury that he had. He eventually had to get surgery on that neck, and the doctors warned him. They said, look, you can come back from this, but it's going to be a long road to recovery, and it certainly was, because it's been almost 2 years since Dennis has been on stage. He wanted to take the time to be able to slowly get back, not ruin his neck. Obviously, he wants to be able to function the rest of his life. The injury healed. He got back to training again. He's been working out again with Dennis James, who's been helping him get ready for this competition. And the Big Bad Wolf seems to be back. Now, we've seen a little bit of leaked footage of what he's looked like. Most of it has been of the back of him. And I guess, Dennis has got a tremendously wide clavicular structure. His clavicles are very wide, and his waistline is very small. And he's always had a very impressive back. He's got tremendous width. I remember the Olympia where he stood next to Jay Cutler when Jay won, and his width was actually better than Jay's, which is amazing, because Jay is like one of the widest guys that I haven't seen on stage. But Dennis, obviously, symmetrically speaking, looks good. He's got good balance from right to left. Once again, he doesn't have any noticeable defects from whatever happened to him nerve-wise. A lot of times when you have nerve injuries, like what happened to Ronnie Coleman, one lat is bigger than the other, one shoulder or one arm might be a little atrophied. Not so with Dennis Wolf. The symmetry is certainly there. He seems to have regained a lot of his muscle. I don't know if he's regained it all. And herein lies the problem with Dennis Wolf. Dennis Wolf has got tremendous width and bone structure, okay, for bodybuilding. But he's got such a big frame that if he doesn't pack enough muscle, he looks thin on stage. Some of his best looks on stage have come when he's achieved that perfect harmonic blend of size, conditioning, and fullness. When he's too flat, he doesn't do well. When he's too full and he doesn't show enough conditioning, he doesn't do well. And he's had those problems multiple times in the past. It seemed like he found the perfect balance at that 2014 Arnold Classic where he won. The question is now that he's packing a little less muscle, or so it seems, if he tries to come in too full, will he look too soft on stage? And if he tries to bring that conditioning that we know that is necessary to win shows, will he be too small? That's what we have to find out. No one knows, because we haven't seen him. We've seen these cryptic little ads for different things on his Instagram and around the bodybuilding world. But the problem is that he's probably walking around in a very depleted state now because he's dieting. So until he carbs up fully on stage and puts his Pro-Tan on and shaves down and puts his oil on, which creates a huge illusion, we really don't know what Dennis is going to look like. In my predictions video, I did have Dennis pegged for 5th. I believe he's going to have a lot of trouble with that top 4, but I think that he's good enough still to beat most of that field. I think it's going to take him another year. That's what I'm predicting. In 2019, I think Dennis Wolf will regain all the muscle that he lost, and he will become a dominant guy again. For how long? I don't know. He's only 40 years old. I think he's got another good 5 years left in him in his prime. The big guys seem to get hit a little harder in their 40s than the shorter guys do. I don't know why. I think legs tend to disappear a little quicker in the big guys. If Dennis's legs are still looking as good as ever, I think he's going to be very dangerous in this lineup, and I think next year he's going to be super dangerous. But we won't really know. I will tell you this, Dennis has always been a super nice guy to me. I don't know anyone who's ever said that they didn't like Dennis. He's a pleasant guy. He's good for the sport. He loves his bodybuilding. He's passionate about what he does. And, if there's a feel-good story in this lineup, it's Dennis Wolf's return. So can he do it? I hope he is. I'm rooting for him on that stage. I'd love to see him pull the victory out. Can it happen? Anything can happen on any given day. We know that in bodybuilding. We've seen it happen before. I'm rooting for you, Dennis. Good luck this weekend. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with another RX Muscle Rant.
Don't you hate when your protein powder doesn't mix properly? Redcon 1's 100% whey isolate, isotope, tastes great, is the absolute highest quality, and of course, mixes well. No shaking required.